Hey you guys, what's up? So I'm gonna show you guys my current tinted moisturizer kind of everyday makeup. I know I've done a few videos kind of in this realm, one with my everyday makeup with foundation, another with no foundation. This is kind of like a little middle ground, but also a lot of new products that I haven't shown you guys yet, a couple techniques that I don't think I've shared with you guys, and yeah, I'm just obsessed with this tinted moisturizer, and I have to say, I don't normally like tinted moisturizer, like at all. Like, I have combo skin, and typically what happens is it just gets all patchy and greasy and doesn't really last for very long, and I typically like, you know, if I'm gonna go for it with makeup, it's like it's gotta be kind of all or nothing for the most part. Like, I want my skin to look good. I don't want it to look halfway good. You know what I mean? So, this still lets my skin peek through. You can still see my beauty marks and some of my freckles afterwards, but it still looks like super flawless and radiant, unless you consider freckles and beauty marks to be flaws. I don't, but it definitely covers any like discoloration and pimples and all those kinds of things by the time I'm finished. A lot of you guys told me that you really loved my first video in this space, in my little makeup cave. So I'm doing it here today. If you guys prefer me to be in my living room kitchen area with the regular like natural sunlight, then let me know. But I thought, you know, I haven't been in here in a while, so let's just try it out and see how it goes. But yeah, if you guys prefer one or the other, then just let me know, and we can make some changes. But let's jump into this. So the first thing that I do is I prep my skin, and I've been using this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And I'm so obsessed with this product, you guys. Like, wait, it just smells so like expensive. Like, it's just so luxurious on the skin, and so a little bit goes a long way. I just kind of dot it and put it everywhere. And what it's supposed to do is all your makeup's supposed to kind of grab to it. It's supposed to, it says it's mattifying, but I feel like it's more hydrating. I feel like it doesn't dry my skin out, but it also doesn't make it greasy. It kind of just, it preps it like with the perfect amount of moisture for my skin. And so, and it just like, it makes my skin, like my makeup look so good. I think I have like a bruise here. Is that what that is? Oh my god. So the tinted moisturizer that I've been obsessed with is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I wear the shade Natural 05. They have a pretty good range in the shades, so you should definitely be able to find a shade. Bare Minerals is typically pretty good about their shade range. So it's a tinted hydrating gel cream, and it has SPF 30 in it. Looks like this. And so I found that my favorite way to apply it is just with my fingers. You can use a sponge or a brush if you prefer, but I feel like with the heat of my hands, it just like melts into my skin so well. And this is really like a great shade for me once it's all said and done. And it's weird because I feel like the longer it sits on my skin, like initially when I first apply it, I'm like, okay, yeah, that looks good, but whatever, it's tinted moisturizer. But then once it like sits there for a few minutes, I'm like, wow, like my skin looks so nice. I've been using 2 different concealers after this step. So first I go in with my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. I need to get this in a lighter shade as well because I really love this. This like typically matches my skin pretty well. So what I do is I go underneath my eyes with it, and then I just spot conceal. And this is great because it's just like kind of like the closest match like to my skin. It's not like brightening, so it's gonna just blend together really seamlessly with everything else going on. I have like some redness here, so I'm gonna cover that. Got some spots. I swear, like, my eyelids are like blue and purple. I look like I got punched in the face. What is happening? And then for this look, I don't know why, but I keep going back to this little Real Techniques like mini sponge, because I'm not like trying to conceal out everywhere. I just want to conceal the areas that I need to. And so this just gives me tons of control. You don't have to use a tiny one. You could even use your fingers for this step if you wanted to, or a regular sponge or whatever tool you like. But for some reason, for this like look that I've been doing, this is just like the best because it stays like right where I want it. Do you see how it's like it all just kind of comes together really seamlessly now? And it doesn't like, I can like do like a spot and like get around it and like blend it out into the rest of the moisturizer so that it's all like seamless and it doesn't take too much product and move it really far. Like I just have a lot more control when I use this. I feel like it does maybe take slightly longer, just like a little bit, but I mean, not really. This is a pretty quick look, so it works for me. Okay, so the next step I like to do is I like to go in with a lighter shade concealer than the one that I started with. So the one that I use kind of just matched my skin. This one's a little bit brighter. This is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer, and I wear the shade 020 Light Beige. This is the darkest shade that they have. There's only 3 shades, so yeah, it's not for everyone. But if one of these shades does work for you, this is a great drugstore concealer, and it's really cheap, really cheap. So what I like to do is just conceal in this area, because this is like the area of my under eyes, like eye socket area, that gets the darkest and the most like hollow looking. And so by taking a lighter shade, you really like bring that forward, because like, you know, like if you highlight something, you're gonna make it more, it's gonna come forward more, and if you contour, it's gonna make it go in more. So by doing this, it just kind of fills it in and makes you look more like awake and like plump. And you see the difference? Okay, so the next step I like to do is, now that the primer, tinted moisturizer, and concealer is all in place, I like to set it. So what I like to do first is set the under eye with one powder and then the rest of my face with another, and I'll explain why in a second. But I'm going to use some of the Coty Airspun loose face powder. It just comes in like this. I got it from like Walgreens. It's not even in like the regular like makeup section. It's like over by like the like fake lashes and stuff. It's kind of weird, but this is like probably one of the best like loose powders to set your face with ever. It's like so finely milled and it makes you look so flawless. Ooh, got a little crease. I'll blend that out. So yeah, I'm just gonna set like right in here under the eye, kind of like slightly along the nose, and on top of the lids as well. And I do this because I just find that this other powder doesn't look very good in this area. So, but I like it for the rest of my face, so. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the Becca Hydra-mist, I think that's what it's called, yeah, Hydra-mist Set and Refresh Powder. This powder is so good. It's so weird. So if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's 50% water, which is crazy. And when you put it on your face, it feels wet. It feels like a mist, or like you misted your brush. And it's so strange, but it's straight up powder, and it sets your makeup, but it doesn't like leave you feeling dry. And you can like use it to touch it up throughout the day, and it doesn't like dry your skin. It's just so good. It's so weird, but it's so good. So I don't like it under my eyes. I just find that it doesn't look very good, but the rest of my face, it makes my skin, like my makeup, look even more skin-like, but also like poreless at the same time. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just so nice. So I just like press it into the skin and kind of because I don't really want to like move anything. And it's funny because I've gotten so many compliments on this look, and it's a tinted moisturizer, and it's like so weird. They're like, wow, your skin looks so great. I'm like, it's a tinted moisturizer. Like, I don't think, like, I love this Bare Minerals, and I love this Bobbi Brown, and I love this powder, and like all these products that I'm going to use later as well. Like, I love them all on their own individually, but somehow like the combination of all of them just like looks so good. It's that like your skin, but way better. Like that, like it looks like skin, but it doesn't look like cakey makeup. It doesn't look like you're, I don't know, like it just looks so good. It's like, yeah, she's probably wearing makeup, but like, is she, like, her skin just looks really good. That's the look, and that's what I like. All right, so I'm gonna go in and highlight, and I'm just gonna stick with a powder highlight, powder contour for this look because I set my whole face, which I kind of need to do with the tinted moisturizer, I feel like, to make it really last all day. But if you wanted to, I mean, it's like 50% water, so I almost feel like you might be able to use cream products on top of this powder. I don't know. That's like, that goes against everything that I know and believe about powder and cream products. Like, I don't feel like you should ever put cream on top of powder. That's just a generally bad idea, but I don't know. I'm gonna try it someday. Not today, but someday, and I will let you know. But I'm just gonna go in with my Colourpop In-Nude-Endo highlighting palette. I love this because it just looks so glossy and beautiful. And I'm gonna take the shade Fine Line, which is like this kind of pinky golden shade. I don't know, this look just ends up like screaming like summer to me. You know what I mean? Like summer makeup. Like everyday summer makeup. Not like hot, sweaty, like need to last all day makeup, but just like, it looks like summer. It feels like summer. Does that make sense? I don't know. Oh, I love this highlight so much. Now that I've highlighted all of the like high points of my face, I'm just gonna take my finger into that same shade, and I'm just going to just rub a little bit on top of my eyelid. I almost said my eyeball, not my eyeball. Just to give it a little bit of like kind of gloss. And then I'm gonna go into the lightest shade, which is called Glad You Came. And I'm just gonna take my pinky finger and I'm gonna just go right in the inner corner with it. It just brightens everything up. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Blush. This is, ooh, this little thingy fell out, and just toss these in the garbage because I had one video where this fell out and I thought I like broke it, and they scare me. Okay, I'm gonna go in to this butter blush. This is the color Vintage Rouge. They smell so good. They just smell like that, like coconutty, like sunblock kind of like body oil, like summer smell. I don't know, they smell so good. And they have maru oil, I think that's how you say it. So they just feel, as the name would suggest, like super buttery, and they just blend out so beautifully. You're gonna see now. So what I've been doing for this look is I kind of apply it on my cheekbone like how I would apply a contour at the back, starting at the back in the hollows of my cheek, and then kind of working it up into my highlight. And I find that this just kind of gives me that like sun-kissed kind of like I've been in the sun look. I don't like my blush to be like too much in this area because I want to have like a lifted, sculpted look on my face, but I do still want to look sun-kissed, and I put like a little bit of the excess up in the temple. This is like my lazy Morphe brush because I use it for like blush and contour, because it just works out that way. It's easy. This has been my like go-to look when I get ready like to go to class and I want to look put together, but not like aggressively done up, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna go into the Butter Bronzer, same kind of formula, same situation here. But I love, love, love this bronzer, especially with the blush. Like, they work so well together. And the color of this is like such a great, oh, there's like little hairs in here. The color of this is just such a great shade because it's like, it's cool enough where you can kind of contour with it, but not so much that it looks like ashy. It still definitely has like a nice like chocolatey warmth to it. It just looks so good and it blends out so nicely. And honestly, I don't know of any bronzers that have this kind of like buttery texture that are high end. Like, none that I've tried. Like, I feel like this shade is actually kind of comparable maybe to like Hoola, like Benefit's Hoola bronzer, which is like a cult classic kind of bronzer. All right, so you can see everything is bronzed up now. So now I'm just gonna go in with a little fluffy brush and just add a little bit of bronzer to like the outer crease of my eye. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but I really love using like my bronzer and highlight for my eyes if I don't want to do like a full-on look or if I want a more natural look, because I feel like when it's on your eyes as well, it kind of just brings everything together and makes it look a little bit more natural because you have like all the same tones kind of working through your face. And I just do a little bit kind of underneath. It would probably be a good idea to use a smaller brush than this, but I just want a little bit of color, so it's fine. All right, I'm going into my ABH Cosmetics brow powder. This is in the shade Soft Brown, and what I've been doing lately is kind of just running it underneath and creating like a nice straight line underneath my brow so that it looks like, I don't know, like I've just had my brows threaded or something, even though I've actually never had my brows threaded, but you know what I'm saying, that look. And then I also start to take it up a little bit to create the arch. Obviously this might not work out for you if you don't have the same brow shape or if you have to do other special things to make your brows look good. I don't know, but I'm just showing you guys what I've been doing. So generally kind of just taking it underneath and then sort of blending it up a little bit, but not like all the way up where I would like normally also maybe get really sharp on top. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go in and do the other side. All right, so now I'm gonna go into my Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer, which is like this little dude. I think I've talked about this before. And now I'm gonna just go in, and this adds some tint to my brows, and also so I can like brush them up. They'll hold the shape. It's kind of like a brow gel as well, but also has the fibers in it, so it kind of fills them in too. And I really love this product because it just gives me like a nice natural kind of fluffy brow look, but also I can make my brows look like they're like behaved and like groomed. So they look a little bit wild, but like in a good way, you know what I mean? Alright you guys, so I just threw on some lashes, mascara, a little inner eye liner, and a lipstick. This is the YSL, I don't know what it's called. This says Rouge pour Couture, and then there's a bunch of numbers. It's either Rouge pour Couture or 70, I don't know. It's this like pinky shade, but how gorgeous is this packaging though? So beautiful. Anyways, yeah, I just thought I would throw that on. Obviously you don't need to do lashes with this look, but I can't get my lash extensions anymore because I'm allergic to the glue. Don't know why. I'm allergic to like all of it. My eyes like swell up and it's really bad, but lash glue for some reason is fine. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes you just want to be a little extra hairy in all the right places. So yeah, threw on some lashes. But this is the finished look. I really love the way my skin looks with all of these products together. I think they just end up looking so beautiful and flawless and natural at the same time, which I think everyone kind of wants to achieve, which they're kind of oxymorons if you think about it, because like flawless and natural, it's, you know, there's a line, and I feel like this just like totes the line perfectly. So anyways, I love the way this wears. It lasts for a really long time on me, which is great, and I think that really has a lot to do with the primer and the powder. So I'm sure that if I wore the Bare Minerals like on its own, it probably wouldn't last as long, at least on my skin. If you have drier skin, you would love this product. It has like a lot more of a radiance and luminosity if you don't set it, obviously, but this just wears and looks like better and better as I wear it, which I can't often say for a lot of products, especially on my combo skin. So anyways, that is it for this video. I tried to keep it as short and sweet as possible, but let me know if you guys prefer these kinds of videos in my little makeup cave area like this, because it's way easier for me to film here, to be honest, because I could literally film at like 3 in the morning when there's no light, because this is all the light I got, and all my shit is in one place. So in a perfect world, this would be like the best place for me to film. Maybe I just need to get like some more lights. I don't know, I'm thinking out loud here. But if you guys like the natural lighting better in my living room, or you like that space more, or you want me to kind of go a bit back and forth, or I don't know, you don't really give a shit. But let me know if you do. And I hope you guys are having an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you watch this. And I will see y'all in the next one.